Good Erev Shabbos in Chestnut Hill on this rainy day. You gotta always see the bright side. It could have been snowing, so we're not gonna complain. This week's Torah portion, we read the story of Joseph. Tragic beginning, but ultimately leads in the next few portions to Joseph becoming the viceroy of Egypt. There's a note in the Torah. When you read from the Torah, there's tunes, and each word has a note. There's a note called shalshelet, which is like a zigzag, and it just continues going. Shalshelet, which shows persistence and commitment and never giving up. And I want to tell you a remarkable thought on this week's Torah portion from our forefather Jacob and Rachel and Joseph. In the beginning of this week's Torah portion, we read the story of Joseph's brothers and the way they sell him into slavery. They throw him into the pit and he gets sold into slavery. And then they come to see their father and they bring the special coat that Jacob had made for Joseph because he loved him so much. They bring it and they had slaughtered a goat and they dipped the coat into the blood of the goat, which is similar to the blood of a human. And they told Jacob, we came and we saw our brother's coat. It must be that a wild animal has killed him. And Jacob, the Torah says, Vayima'en lehitnachem. Jacob refused to be comforted. He still believed that his son was alive. The rabbis tell us that it wasn't just a physical belief. He believed he was alive. It's a message of what Jacob was towards Joseph, towards his children. Jacob refused to cease believing in his children. No matter what happened, no matter a bloody coat, no matter the circumstances, no matter the challenges, no matter the struggles and the obstacles, Jacob, he refused to stop believing in his son. And what happens afterwards? Joseph is taken to Egypt as a slave. And he climbs the ladder. He's a talented young lad. He's good looking. He's smart. He's intelligent. He's capable. And he becomes the second in command. He becomes the viceroy. He becomes in charge of the home of Potiphar, who's the second in command in Egypt. Now, he does everything right. And Potiphar trusts him. But then Potiphar's wife tries to seduce Joseph. Imagine this young lad. His brothers sold him. No one's looking for him. They hated him. His mother died on him. What did he have to lose? But what does the Torah tell us? Vayimo'in. And here the Torah uses a shalshelet, that zigzag, refusing, insistent note. Joseph refused to succumb to the seduction of Potiphar's wife. What happens at the end? He gets thrown into prison, where he sits for 12 years, and later becomes the viceroy of Egypt. But how did Joseph have the strength not to succumb to the seduction of Potiphar's wife? And the answer is a simple one. Because his father, in the beginning of the portion, his father never stopped believing in him. When we have parents who love us, who believe in us, who think we could climb to the moon, who think we could accomplish things, who never give up their faith in our capabilities and our soul, then we actually could overcome the greatest obstacles and we could stand strong against the greatest seductions. But there's a third time it says Vayima'en. When the Jewish people are exiled hundreds of years later in the Holy Land of Israel by Nebuchadnezzar from Babylon, and they come by on the way to where Rachel was buried in Bethlehem, and they come there and they cry on Rachel's tombstone. And what does it say? Rachel refused to stop crying and pleading by God. She said, please, help my children. She never stopped believing in her children. Vayima'en, she refused. The word Vayima'en means refuse, but it also means to refuse, not to have imun, not to have faith. We need this more than ever now. We need to learn from Jacob and Rachel to always believe in our children, to give them the strength, the confidence, the love, that they could continue being proud Jews and make us all proud and continue to thrive, and that the Jewish nation will continue to grow. We're ready to celebrate Hanukkah, and the lights of Hanukkah teach us the hope that even when a candle's flickering, you never give up faith. And when you're like Jacob and Rachel and you never give up faith, you end up having a child like Joseph. My friends, let us gather strength before the Shabbos to have the faith our children need us to have in them, to give them the love, the support, and they shall be able to climb the greatest ladders and heights and succeed in the greatest ways in making us proud, making the Jewish people proud, and continuing to stand strong for what Judaism represents. Am Yisrael Chai, Shabbat Shalom, and a happy Hanukkah. We'll see you all Sunday to show Jewish pride at the shops at Chestnut Hill, 2:30 to 4. Join us. Carry your Judaism out and show everyone that you are proud and you are unflinching. Shabbat Shalom.